In an era where Chinese historical dramas are increasingly caught in a loop of aesthetic excess and emotional hollowness, a raw crying scene from the Legend of Hidden Sea, Tanghai Triyuan, starring Xiao Zhan, has suddenly captured the hearts of millions with nothing but a single tear. But don't mistake this for a typical beautiful crying scene. For Xiao Zhan, this tear isn't about seeking sympathy. It is a statement of resilience, a cry of a soul battered by fate, and a breakthrough moment not only for his character, but for his acting career as well. A single tear powerful enough to rip through the screen. On platforms like Weibo and Douyin, a behind-the-scenes clip of Xiao Zhan crying in The Legend of Hidden Sea is spreading like wildfire. In just a few seconds, where the character Wen Kanghai tilts his head to the sky, eyes glistening, tears welling without ever falling, the sheer emotional intensity has left audiences breathless. What makes this moment striking is its restraint. There is no wailing, no excessive sobbing. Instead, Xiao Zhan holds a single teardrop at the corner of his eye, an expression achievable only by actors who have moved beyond performing emotion, and have instead become one with the character. Netizens commented, "It feels like a moment of weakness, too painful to contain, looking up at the heavens as if screaming silently, yet still choosing to stand up and walk forward. This is just raw footage and it's already this powerful. Imagine what it'll be like in the final cut." Wen Kanghai, the tragic hero of a new era of historical dramas. Unlike conventional wuxia heroes, Wen Kanghai is built upon prolonged suffering. Orphaned, his family wiped out, he survives not by chance but by sheer necessity, to live, to seek revenge. But what gives this character true emotional depth isn't just his tragic past, it's how he learns to conceal his pain and keep moving forward, silently and relentlessly. Thus, when Wen Kanghai cries, it isn't simply sadness. It's the breaking of a decades-old emotional dam. A moment of vulnerability carved from years of pretending to be strong. This brief scene encapsulates the artistic spirit of The Legend of Hidden Sea. It doesn't glorify invincible heroes, but instead reveals humans who suffer and still fight on. It's a fresh, emotionally honest take that historical dramas have long needed. Xiao Zhan, no longer just a traffic star, but a true actor. After the overwhelming success of The Untamed, Xiao Zhan was often labeled a traffic star, someone popular mainly for looks and a massive fanbase. But looking at his recent projects, it's clear he's undergone a significant transformation, from being admired for his appearance to being respected for his craft. In The Legend of Hidden Sea, Xiao Zhan doesn't just act, he dives into a psychological vortex. His role demands subtlety, complexity, and emotional control, portraying a man haunted by a shattered past but unable to express it openly. The crying scene that went viral was not the product of direction alone, it was the culmination of months spent living as Wen Kanghai, and letting his inner pain rise to the surface at just the right moment. When historical dramas move beyond the surface, audiences have grown weary of historical dramas overloaded with CGI, extravagant costumes, and empty narratives. What makes The Legend of Hidden Sea stand out is its commitment to real emotions and grounded storytelling. Xiao Zhan's crying scene, according to local film critics, is a turning point. Great acting isn't about crying loudly. It's about crying just enough to make the audience feel like breaking down. This signals a shift. Historical dramas no longer need to be just grand and beautiful. They can also be raw, vulnerable, and deeply human. Today's viewers want more than just pretty faces, they crave connection. The widespread reaction to this clip reflects a changing audience. Viewers today don't just want polished images, they want to feel. They seek authenticity, imperfection, and emotional resonance. And Xiao Zhan, in a moment of raw vulnerability, gave them all of that. Final words, a tear, mightier than any sword. In the world of historical epics, heroes are often defined by their strength, their martial arts, their invincibility. But The Legend of Hidden Sea, and Xiao Zhan's performance, takes a daring leap in the opposite direction. It defines heroism through pain, tears, and the quiet resolve to carry on. Xiao Zhan doesn't cry to be pitied. He cries to show that sometimes, the strongest warriors are the ones who bleed silently. His tear isn't just Wen Kanghai's, it belongs to all of us who are learning to be strong, even when we're still hurting. The Legend of Hidden Sea premieres on May 18th. And perhaps, one tear was all it took to ensure that millions would follow, not just to see what happens next, but to feel seen, understood, and moved, just as Xiao Zhan intended.